What if you could know the secret formula for a long and happy life? And what if that formula was backed by, oh, I don't know, 85 years of science? Well, that's exactly what we're diving into today. We're unlocking the findings from one of the most incredible studies on human well being ever done. I mean, it's the ultimate question, right? Is there anything we can actually do today that will guarantee we're happy and healthy decades from now? Can science really point us in the right direction? You bet it can. The answer comes from the Harvard study of adult development. For over 85 years, researchers have followed hundreds of people, tracking everything: their health, their jobs, their relationships, their happiness. It is the closest thing we have to a real blueprint for a good life. And it all boils down to 7 key habits. Okay, let's start with the first 4. Now, these are the ones you've probably heard before. They are the absolute foundational pillars of a healthy life. And the study confirmed just how crucial they are. So what are they? First up, and this is a big one, don't smoke. Simple as that. Second, avoid substance abuse and keep your drinking in moderation. Third, eat a pretty normal, healthy diet. You don't have to be extreme about it. And fourth, get consistent exercise. And what's interesting here is that the study found a real sweet spot. Turns out overdoing it can be just as bad as doing nothing at all. All right, so that's the foundation. But now we get to the really good stuff. These next 3 habits are these surprising secrets, the things that take you from just a healthy life to a genuinely happy one. So what is this first surprising secret, habit number 5? It's lifelong learning. And this isn't about getting degrees or just being book smart. It's about staying curious. Every single time you learn something new, you're building what scientists call neuroplasticity. You're literally rewiring your brain, making it more flexible, more adaptable. And that adaptability is absolutely key to handling whatever curveballs life throws your way. And here's the best part. A person with an adaptable, curious mind, well, they just don't have a boring life. They find opportunities everywhere. But this little insight from an 85-year-old study also shed some light on a very modern problem. See, this study started way before the internet, before smartphones, before any of this stuff. Yet it gives us this incredible lens to understand why so many of us, in an age of endless entertainment, feel so profoundly bored. Think about this paradox for a second. Our great-grandparents, yeah, they might have been bored waiting for a pot to boil, but they rarely said their lives were boring. Now look at us. We are never bored moment to moment. We have a screen in our pocket for that. And yet, so many people describe modern life as, and I quote, grindingly boring. What is going on? The source material we're drawing from just nails it with this quote. So often, we're living in a simulation of life, not the real thing. Real experiences, real challenges, actual, human-to-human connection. That's what makes life interesting. The digital copy just can't compete. So you kind of have to ask yourself, are you living in a simulation? Is your social life happening mostly on social media? Is your work just staring at a screen? Do you get your sense of accomplishment from video games? Is your dating life just swiping on an app? These are those classic signs of the simulator life, and they can really leave us feeling hollow. And a huge part of this trap is the social comparison game. We know, logically, that what we see on social media is just a highlight reel. It's curated, it's fake. But on an emotional level, our brains still process it like it's real, and it just makes us feel bad about our own messy, authentic lives. So what's the fix? Well, it's not about deleting everything. It's about being intentional. Curate your feed for 2 things and 2 things only: learning and laughing. Follow people that teach you something cool, and follow people who make you genuinely laugh. Then, and this is the hard part, set a limit. Maybe 30 minutes a day total. Take back your time. Okay, so we've talked about the digital world. Let's move on from that to our inner world with habit number 6. And this one is so important. It's about having developed coping skills. What the study found is that happy people don't have fewer problems. No way. They're just better at dealing with them. They have a practiced go-to strategy for stress, whether that's something like therapy or meditation or journaling or prayer. They have a tool in their toolbox and they know how to use it. And that brings us to the final habit, the big one. After sifting through all 85 years of data, the Harvard researchers pointed to this right here as the single greatest predictor of a long, happy, and healthy life. The 7th and final secret is love. It is really that simple and that profound. More than anything else, more than money, more than career success, the people who were the happiest and healthiest into their 80s and beyond were the ones who prioritized deep, meaningful human connections. Specifically, having a strong marriage or close personal friendships was the most powerful predictor of well-being. In fact, the study's current director was asked to sum up all 85 years of research in one sentence. And he didn't talk about wealth or fame or achievement. He said this: happiness is love. Full stop. So, when you boil it all down, the ultimate lesson from this incredible 85-year study isn't just about what you do, it's about who you do it with. So, I'll leave you with this question: who are the people that make up your happiness? Because investing in those relationships, that's the single most important thing you can ever do for your future.